Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Paul Session TV. We are Reddit MC, and I'm right.
What's up, James?
We're here to review The Last of Us.
Episode 3.
Yes, sir.
Skylar told me he was crying super fucking hard. Josh said I think Josh said he cried. And I even teared up. I teared up at a spot that I didn't expect to tear up at, but we can talk about that shit later. There were some things I was gonna not poke fun at or whatever, and not even in that sense, things I thought were kind of cool they put in there. Like for instance, Ellie finding out the tampons and shit, right? Because that's gonna be something that she's gonna have eventually.
14-year-old girl, yeah,
she's gonna need that. And she didn't even hide that from Joel. She's like, look, I found this shit. And it was like, bam.
Picked apart my ass.
A part that I thought that you would really like was whenever Bill was going through the town and doing his shit, right? Like,
yeah, man, I love it. I was like, my man.
Because me and you literally talked about it, like, because I was writing that story, you're like, it would make sense, like, certain things, because, like, you have to go turn this water on and all that. And he literally did all that shit.
He did all that.
He went and did every single thing. I was like, dude, Ray's gonna love that shit.
Very smart.
To be honest, the biggest part of this thing that we really have to talk about, which was a big part of this fucking episode, as much as Joel and Ellie were still fucking dope and amazing in the beginning, this episode was dominated by Bill and Frank.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was such a fucking good story, dude.
Such a powerful journey.
Because in the game...
And the game is a little different.
It's a little different because, like, we know that they're in a relationship. We don't immediately find that out, but, like, you do find that out. They kind of have a hate for each other because of, like, how Bill acts. And that's why Bill starts acting the way he does.
I didn't expect the change. Yeah, it wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't bad. I wasn't expecting that. Because while things were unfolding, I was like... They gonna do this?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of ballsy, you know?
Yeah, they went for it, bro.
Yeah, they went for it.
It was dope.
I really loved the episode. This was the first time I've heard anybody say that they didn't like the episode. And it wasn't because of that reason. I was like, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Because, bro, Nick Offerman killed that shit.
He did a fantastic job. I will say it has one of the most, I think this is the best episode.
Yeah.
Thus far. Simply because when he first meets Bill and like they're almost automatic connection with each other.
Yeah.
Over the like piano and like the antique shit. Yeah. And then their journey there for on. Like it's very emotional. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. Did you like the Arby's joke? Because that was the thing I saw.
It's in a fucking Arby's.
Arby's? With a restaurant.
Wasn't a free lunch. Yeah. Chemistry, like I loved every bit of it.
Like how Frank changes Bill, bro. Bill was so like, I don't want to fuck with people. In fact, he was by himself for like, 4 years?
3 years.
He spent like a long time by himself.
Doing him.
And then when he sees somebody, he immediately was like, no, I don't want to do this. But he was like, he had a heart. He let the dude come eat. I feel like Frank immediately, because he kept saying stuff like, I know. So he knew that Bill was gay. But that Bill hadn't announced that shit. Like he ain't never told him about that shit. Because he started acting a lot differently to Frank once he was in the house.
And then he was just like, Bill, take a shower.
I
was like, yep. Let's get it on.
My thing was, as soon as he asked about the girl in the song, after Nick played it, I was like, he knows. He 100% knows. And then when he was like, oh, is he going to kiss Bill? Oh, shit. All right.
I'm going to say it's weird, but when they kissed, like, they both started crying.
Which that's a deep-ass connection.
Yeah,
if you cry the first time you kiss somebody. That's a fucking huge-ass connection.
I can only imagine being in their shoes, right?
Yeah.
Like, being in that, like, Bill's been alone. He don't know how to act with society.
Also,
se.
It's very possible he never came out to anybody. So that might have been like...
Well, in bed, he was like, have you ever done this before? No. With a girl a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Oh, I laughed when it jumped, the first time it jumped. Yeah. It's like, fuck you, Frank. All I want is paint and some gas from the mower. I was like, yeah.
I love that. I also laughed, but for a different reason. He was like, I want you to know, I'm going to start off with the basics. I'm not a whore. So if I'm going to do this, I'm going to stay for a few more days. Is that okay? And then, like, it started, right? And then immediately cut to... like 3 years later, okay, so yeah, he stayed for a few more than a few days, but like their relationship was great. He even like opened up fucking Bill to meeting people, like bringing Tess and Joel.
Yeah, and it was nice seeing Tess back, like in the earlier kind of setting, like what she was like.
Yeah.
It's also cool to see Joel like in a younger state.
Yeah,
still.
They got me like hard in a sense because I legit went one way when something like, oh, so this is how this happened, and then it switched it on me. After Joel tells them about the Raiders and shit, right, and then the Raiders actually show up.
They didn't want them.
And I knew Bill was gonna be outside shooting whenever I heard, whenever I saw Frank like looking through the house and shit. You heard gunfire returning. Bill was outside shooting these motherfuckers. I already knew that shit.
Taking care of business.
He knew. And then when Bill got shot. and he was doing that whole like call Joel shit. I was like, I don't think he's gonna die. But then they did that
And
like
it fades to black.
and I was like, dude, no fucking way. So we're doing that switch? So, like, Frank's gonna be the one? And then it was like, you heard Frank telling Bill, I thought he was saying to come inside. And you saw somebody sitting in the chair. And then it was Frank in the chair. I was like, the fuck happened to Frank? And apparently...
It took me a minute to catch on because once he was painting, I could see, like, he started losing, like, his motor functions and shit. Yeah. I was like, okay, he's got the big C.
Yeah, it does. That shit legit got me, bro.
And fucking Nick's performance when he's like sitting there on the fucking couch and Frank's is telling Bill like what he wants done that day. And he's sitting there like crying. I was like,
yeah,
damn.
dude. Like, it was,
you know what I'm saying? Damn.
Oh my fucking God.
I didn't tear up. I was like, damn.
Like I said, I didn't cry. I think mostly because I had a headache. But there was literally.
So if you didn't have the headache,
I think, dude, because there's been some times I've cried on like small shit and things. Because I get him saying he doesn't want to do that, and then Frank like, "Do you love me?" He didn't really hesitate with it. He was like, "Yes." Because
it's for a selfish reason, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Frank don't want to suffer no more.
No, that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
And it is for the selfish reasons that he doesn't want to be alone. And bro, like I saw somebody post this too. It was like when he said when they were doing the strawberries, and Bill was like, "I was never afraid before you came by." I was like, "God damn."
Yeah.
That's a hard ass line, bro. And then of course Bill tries to lay Frank down and fuck him on the
It's like no, not on strawberries.
No, strawberries.
Like, of course.
That whole section, bro, because he literally laid it out like, we're gonna go over here, we're gonna go to the boutique, we're gonna pick out an outfit, you're gonna wear what I asked you to wear, we're gonna get married, we're gonna eat, you're gonna cook us a beautiful dinner, you're gonna crush these pills up in my wine, I'm gonna drink it, and then I'm gonna fall asleep in your arms.
Dope as fuck because he made the first meal and had the same wine too.
He did the
exactly
same thing.
And he even turned the plate.
And that's a romantic ass gesture, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like super ass romantic ass gesture.
And then what he did after that, bro, I was like, I suspected it. I didn't expect Frank's reaction.
Yeah. What I thought was going to happen was I thought he was going to, like, when he had the bag of, like, crushed pills, I thought he was going to pour, like, half in and then go half in. I was like, okay, that's what he's doing. And then Frank be like, no, you can't do that or some shit.
I had the slight thought that he's just going to do it himself.
Yeah, I even had that.
Happen.
When I knew that he'd done something to the wine was when, like, Frank drinks. He didn't sip it, he downed that shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so because he wanted to make sure he got all. Bill did the exact same shit. I was like, this motherfucker put some shit in the wine.
Yeah, he did.
And then, like, he said, this is not some, like, tragic suicide thing. Like, I've lived a full life. You know what I mean?
Which it makes sense.
I'm happy.
He's satisfied. What I didn't expect is, like, Frank started laughing about it.
Yeah, like,
they both started laughing and cutting up, like, you know?
He said, I should be angry, but...
It's romantic.
That's incredibly fucking romantic.
In reality, like, I know this is cinema. In reality, I'm not sure in that moment if I could laugh about it.
Nah, not when you know you're about to die.
If I did, I would have that closure I think I've always needed about death. Like, hey, we're about to go. Mm-hmm. Let's just go lay in bed, have fun.
Yeah.
One last time, and we're laughing about it.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing.
It's very...
Like, that's a beautiful ride out. Yeah. I know that's a tangent, but I have a very weird thing about death. Like, I do. It's something I try my best not to think about. Because I'm always thinking about it.
Yeah, me too. I thought somehow, like, there was a possibility that Bill was going to survive that shit. When they got to the house, that's why Bill was acting the way he was, like, in the game situation. Like, cause, like, Bill's, like, super, like...
Yeah, I thought so, too. Until I saw the fucking dust.
Well, not even the dust, like, because there was already dust beforehand. But then again, Frank probably did that. Once he called for people and they didn't answer, I knew Bill wasn't there, and I was like, okay, that's it. Because Bill would not have left that house. He might have gone around places, but he'd have been in that house. The part that actually made me tear up, for whatever reason, was the letter to Joel. Like,
and when he took it outside for a moment?
Before he even took the shit outside, before they even said Tess's name, bro. It was...
The context of the letter.
Yeah, it was like him saying, like...
I've never liked you, we're friends, almost.
Maybe tear up was the part where he said, like, I never really wanted... I was glad that everybody died. I was happy about this. And then he was like, but I found somebody worth saving. And that's why there's people like us. God help anybody who gets around. For whatever reason, that just made me tear up, because I was like, that's such a fucking growth of a person.
Yeah, there it is.
From the character in the video game to this.
You know what's fucked up? We may get some more Bill and Frank down the future. I hope we do.
Oh, dude.
But if we never do again, this episode...
I'm satisfied.
Them two alone stole the fucking show.
By far.
By far.
It was so fucking beautiful. I will say the stuff with Joel and Ellie at the end was really cool. Like...
Ellie getting a gun, finally.
Yeah, she snuck that shit. Which in the game she didn't do that. Like there's different ways she got the gun in the game, but they're not going against people like that in this situation.
Yeah.
So there had to be another reason for her to get the gun. So I get it because because Bill's not in the game like long.
Here's the thing, right? You got to think from his perspective. There's two audience members. You got those who haven't played the games, and those who have. We kind of have an advantage about what might happen. But so far, they're not deviating so much, like basically unpredictable. They're doing a very fine job of keeping us guessing.
Yeah, they're taking.
Like, oh shit! Okay.
They're changing just little things, so you're not like, oh, this is where this happens. Oh, okay, no, that's not. It doesn't happen like that. I can't be upset with this show. Like, I can't. We're 3 episodes in, and I can't find a legitimate reason to tell you not to watch the show.
No, it's great. You know, I had 2 favorite moments, right? One was when they finally got into the Chevy truck. Joe was like, so you never been in a car, huh?
Yeah.
And then Ellie was like, oh, it's like a spaceship.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice. My favorite shot, though, was the very ending shot. It pans
the window
into the fucking window of their bedroom.
It was such a good shot.
And you see them ride away. Yeah, like, that's fucking... That's
beautiful.
Cinematography at its best. You saw that little portrait of fucking Bill on the wall, too? I was like, that's beautiful.
And then they played the song.
The
ending credits, bro.
That they played on piano?
Yeah.
I'm gonna love you for a long
That
was
time. That was such a good thing, bro. Like, if you weren't already crying by that point, Edge, and that shit played, you would have cried. You know what I mean? Like, if you were, like, there, like, you could feel it kind of like, I made it, and then they play that song, no, fuck it. You're done. You're tearing up. You're bawling your eyes out. This shit was super emotional. It was super dope.
Best episode yet.
I
feel like this episode, to me, was everything we needed. We needed I wouldn't say a detour from the main story, but we got a very emotional journey between Bill and Frank. Just because it shows what other people went through as well, and it really hits it home, like in their cinematic universe. And then we got Ellie and Joel are proceeding as so.
If you haven't seen it, for whatever reason, you're this far in this fucking episode, we're not doing it justice. Go watch the fucking episode. It's really fucking good. Shout out to all the actors in this fucking episode.
I'm satisfied with the show, like I really am. Like it keeps getting better. Yeah. I've came in the shows and be like, this is a fucking good show. And then like it kind of plateaus, and then towards the end I'm like, you know, it's not as fun as it was. This isn't like that. To me, every episode
I'm
just
super invested, bro.
I'm invested.
From the beginning.
Because most of the time we fucking review shows like I Know What You Did Last Summer.
We always bring that up. Because
things either on a 50% level, it was okay to watch the first time, you know what I'm saying? This isn't like that. I feel like we could watch this whole show a year from now, but like, you know what? We haven't seen that in a while, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go back and revisit
let's rewatch this show.
Yeah.
I 100% will do that. If y'all are new, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell us to your friends about us. I really think y'all would like this show. And if you like the stuff that we do, like when we review stuff, we react to stuff, we do our skits, help us out. We thank y'all for watching. Until next time, y'all. Deuces.
Adios.